The Los Angeles Coliseum, a place traveler calls home and the crowd loves to fight on when supporting the USC Trojans. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the USC Trojans. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Trojans will kick it away to start us off. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So Rutgers offense takes the field to start this game off. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Trying to impose their will with the run. At the 45 on his way. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Leaves it with the back.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
He's looking for a man on second down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack from this defense.
There's something you don't see very often. A sack on a screen pass. You know, quarterbacks are taught to hold the ball, hold the ball, hold the ball, and then get rid of it right before the rush gets to you. But that time, I think he just held on to it a little too long.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Scarlet Knights will punt it away on 4th down. Promising start to that drive, sort of fizzled out, and they'll have to punt it away. So the USC Trojans offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And David, we'll see just how effective they can be on the ground running against a backer like this.
But they're going to do what they do, and they're going to feature their guy. He's an elite running back. You're a great linebacker. Let's see who wins this battle.
There have been entire defenses that haven't been able to slow this running back down. This linebacker, though, he's got the athleticism to do it himself.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll try it again. Dances away again. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Caught in the backfield, it's Dixon. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. The Trojans have this offense rolling. Goes to the option. Quick toss. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution. And the Trojans trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on 3rd down?
Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, USC.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
And he might be known for one pitch, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage and nice job bringing.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Scarlet Knights will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll field the punt and take it back. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job being the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Offenses don't like being in this situation. They don't like having little success on 1st and 2nd down because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. It makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down.
Stop me when you've heard this before. 1st down. 1st down. 1st down. Just continuing to put 1st downs together so far.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Trojans. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the shotgun, the inside give. Just slithered through the tackle when he's got room to run. Got a lot of running room. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. First down to start the drive after the break. They're going to ride this running back. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead. Oh, they blocked the extra point. He's got it, and he can go with it. Inside the 50. The 30. Past the 20. He takes it the distance, and you can give him 2. They had the extra point blocked. Now the kickoff unit out there and hoping things go a little smoother. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
And I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
They'll run it. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. For all the star quality that USC has been built on, good offensive line, strong running game has always been a hallmark.
No doubt about it. I think they're built on, the passing game and explosive playmakers out wide, but they've always had that balance at USC. You got to have a little bit of the boring to go with the glitz and the glamour.
This offense has a second down play. Looking to throw, it's Hall. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Southern Cal. They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. And he's going to try to return this one. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, it could get bad. If you don't...
And the quarterback pulled up 2 and sacked at the 12.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now...
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Scarlet Knights will call on their punt team. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Makes the catch at the 45. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Leaves it with the back. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Ball at the 31, 3rd and short, coming defense trying to rise up. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Getting some heat. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Scanning the field, it's Hall. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. This is a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires to the right. And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
3rd and Africa is extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back and really play pass coverage. You can tell the offense was trying to force it, trying to get that 1st down, makes the big mistake.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The give from the gun. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
They're going to keep feeding this guy the football, guys. Over 100 yards rushing with that last carry now. We knew coming into this game today, they had to get the running game going. They had to be able to turn around, hand it off, and get positive yards and set themselves up into manageable 3rd down situations. We've seen them in any area of the field so far in this one have success in the running game. They'll keep that up until this defense proves they can stop it.
He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. The running back has it. Nice move to stay on his feet. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Power football with the run. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Defenses throughout the league study every 3rd down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job on the offense so far having success.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Working the middle, it's complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now. If they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, 1st and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He gets a block. He's on the loose. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. They're already in field goal range, but Jesse, they want to be aggressive, but they can't take a negative play.
Well, the play caller's got to look up and down his sheet here to find a shot to the end zone, David. Be aggressive and see if you can get a touchdown late.
While knowing that I've got 3 in my back pocket. Don't force the ball into a bad situation, but we're definitely trying to get a touchdown.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. That's reeled in. It's Marshall. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Steps away. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. And it's 1st down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. Right down the boulevard. It's good.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the second half. And there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
And the returner is stopped. That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, there in the shadows of the Hollywood sign, you've been watching quite a drama of your own. And you know, in a day where the spread option and air raid are the offenses of choice, how nice is it to see the 3 yards and a cloud of dust approach? Although we've also seen some runs go for a lot longer. Physical offensive lines coupled with great backs is like a throwback to the olden days, and that's refreshing. And with that, let's send it back to our men inside the world-famous LA Coliseum.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Scarlet Knights will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have...
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Got it inside the 10. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. To the air, it's Hall. Touchdown, USC! And the pummeling has started. The AT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. And he's coming out of the end zone. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. Offense getting set for 1st down. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. The give on the inside. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. On the ground, it's Lester. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
And the Scarlet Knights will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Ball at the 31. 3rd and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, and they convert. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
From the gun, running back gets to give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Off play action. Blasted as he lets it go. Ball in the air, intercepted. Taking it the other way. The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Trojan. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 15 duel. Let's get right to it. Florida State is running away with this one right now, and it's kind of felt that way since we saw Chief Osceola and Renegade. They're up 14 over North Carolina. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Clark. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Working that left side now. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse agrees. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep plowing it on until they find an answer.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. He'll ride his man on the option. The pitch. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The give out of the gun. Really good pickup on second down there. Leaves him with 3rd and 2. Trying to pick up a first down. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Yeah, a nice job on the 3rd down, managing the situation, understanding what I needed to get. Nice job reading the defense, handing the ball off, and then running back knowing I got to get to those first down markers and get that first down.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. The Trojans are marching down the field. Running back searching for a hole. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Motion from the offense. The give to the back. Nice move there. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looking for a gap. It's Dixon. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up for the first down. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll leave it with him. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
They'll come to the line needing 4 yards for a first down. They're already 2 for 2 on this drive. They'll give it to the back. Tough sliding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Never a doubt. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. From the gun, wants to pass. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Scarlet Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Here's the return. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
And it's a nice job by this defense, understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Still on his feet at the 45. And what a huge play for this offense after that great run.
And you want to put a winning streak together like this team has, run the football and create explosive plays. Nice job by the offense, showing the speed. How about the blocking up front? Everybody blocking, getting a hat on a hat, creating the explosive run.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football and keep running the clock.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Typically, you only see this at the end of the game or end of a half. I'm not really sure why we're getting an early peek at victory formation. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. And the field goal unit is on the field. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. And they decide to trot out the kicker. And it's right down the boulevard. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You've got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Out